So, what holds reality together? And aren't we manifesting our own reality? If that's the case, then can't we just change anything? And why aren't we doing that? Well, I have a pretty good explanation here. I'm going to start at the beginning, which is that we all manifest reality on some level in the same way that when we dream at night, we all have our own separate dreams. We create with our own imagination, and you know, we we affect the world around us energetically all the time. It reminds me of chaos magic, which is the idea that nothing is necessarily true and that everything is kind of open to your interpretation. And it's kind of confusing because chaos magic is a philosophy, I guess you could call it that, where people do have set things that they practice. However, the idea behind it is that you can practice any ritual, and the ritual is irrelevant because what really matters is your intention behind it. And that's based off of the idea that, you know, one person could have some words they say that mean something to them that has some magic effect, whereas someone else could say the same words and it could mean something different to them and it would have a completely different effect. Or you don't have to say any words, or some people do, some people don't. It's kind of like whatever you want it to be. It's kind of like the anarchy of belief, and that's what chaos magic is. It's a interesting way of looking at things. I kind of think there is a lot of truth within that. However, at the very same time, I think it's much more complicated than just that. However, that is one layer of things. Now, the second part of this is that we are all manifesting, so of course we all integrate our manifestations together. So, you know, our energies are mixing and fusing and synergizing and creating different manifestations of the world. And so it seems like, well, if we're all doing that, then why does the world stay so steady? And, well, there's not just humans who are doing this, there are also trees, there are also animals, there's also the earth as well. And this is why we ground to the center of the earth, or some people just ground to earth in general. And the earth is kind of like the stability of what goes on the planet. Now, the earth is manifesting in its own way in the sense of creating this stability that is the earth. And we can add our energy manifestations to that, which will change it. But on some level, the earth energy is controlling it our manifestations, and keeping everything kind of stable, which is probably a good thing, actually. We we did come here for a reason. I know I probably have said this before, but we have come to Earth, we have carnated into these bodies to experience this stability for a reason, so that we can use it to grow upon. Um, so there's the Earth, and then there's other planets as well. There's not just the Earth. So then there's the whole galaxy within that, that's holding the energy of the galaxy together. It's got its own intention, its own manifestation, its own agreement, energetic agreement, if you want to call it that. And that's keeping that part stable as well, which is also limiting, but it's also stability as well at the same time. Those are kind of the same things from different perspectives, I guess you could say. At least energetically, it's basically the same thing. Limits and stability. Um, on some level, I would say. And then within that, there's the intention of the universe and creation, etc., that kind of really holds everything together and manifests more stability for creation to continue. Now, I'm not saying these things may change at some point. It's very possible they could. But as far as we're at right now, they're pretty sturdy foundations that we can depend on, at least for now. Who knows what will happen with the Earth in the future. But anyways, that's how manifestation works. That's how reality is held together in my perspective. And we are all manifesting along with the Earth and the universe, etc. So when people say we are co-creators, we are, but we're not just co-creators with ourselves, we're also co-creators with the Earth, with so many things. There may even be factors that I'm not even aware of. So that's why when you think like, oh, I should just be able to manifest anything, well, you can increase chances of things happening or types of situations like that for sure, but it doesn't mean you can necessarily just cause anything to happen at any time with your manifestation. So that's why that happens the way that it happens. Thanks for watching.